Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I really wanted to talk about something that's very important to me, and it's just the topic of moving forward. I think that sometimes when we go through traumatic and dramatic situations in our life, we tend to stay stuck. And I think that one of the important things to decide is to move forward in life. Now, there is a difference between moving forward and moving on, and that's one of the things that I want to address in this video. So if you're interested in this topic, just keep on watching. So there's this canvas portrait kind of thing that I think I picked up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's or one of those stores, and it said keep moving forward. And ever since I saw that, I obviously purchased it. It's in my room. I have a picture of it on one of my blog posts in my blog, and it really ignited something inside of me that was a huge distinction of moving on with my life after my husband passed away and moving forward in my life after my husband passed away. Now, some of you may think like, what's the difference? And some of you may have already caught on that in the way that that is phrased, there is a huge difference. I think that deciding to move forward is acknowledging that the things that have happened to you have happened to you, and that you are deciding to take those things and grow from that moment, move forward from that moment, and now allow that moment to determine the rest of your life, determine your pain, determine how you live from day to day from that moment. And moving on, I guess. And if you say move on, that's totally fine. I'm very particular about the words that I affirm in my life. And so I feel like when someone insinuates moving on, it's like I'm just going to move on from this and kind of just forget it all happened. And you may not think that you're forgetting that it all happened, and it may even be better for you to forget that it all happened. But sometimes God allows those things to happen in our lives for us to draw back from those moments. Yes, we don't want to dwell on it. Yes, we don't want to relive the pain and rewind our past and live in our past. But sometimes God allows painful situations and painful moments to happen in our lives in order for us to draw back from those moments, to stay on our knees, to make sure that we are in His face at all times, the good times, the favorable times, the bad times, the moments where we feel like we can't even breathe anymore, that we remember that the God who took us from that pain, who took us through that pain, who carried us through that pain rather, is the same God that is able to do it again and again and again. So for example, in my life personally, moving forward looks like me just looking toward the future and trusting and believing that God is in control of all the pieces of my life. Yes, there are several desires of my heart that I would love for God to fulfill. There are things that I tell Him that I'm like, hey God, like I really want kids, like I really want to eventually grow old with somebody, like what's up with that, and it's terrifying to think that when you have that desire, it means that someone else is going to be in the picture eventually, right? And so moving forward for me right now, what that looks like is just trust. Just trusting that He is aligning all the pieces in my life. I know that if you're in the situation right now, it's hard to kind of look beyond the moment because you're looking to maybe move on. You're just like, I just want to move on from this very moment. But I want to challenge you to see the issues and problems that you're facing right now and just ask God, when am I supposed to learn from this? Like, what does this even mean? Where do I go from here? I think that a lot of times we try to put God in a box and not have this communication with Him, and He calls us to have a relationship with Him. What a relationship looks like to me is having an open line of communication. If I need to tell God that I'm upset about something, I'm going to tell God that I'm upset about something. And that's what makes the distinction between religion and relationship. I personally, I know that everyone has their own beliefs. I believe in God. I believe in all of it. Also, the words that you're speaking into your life, make sure that they're words that speak life. Even just switching up the way you say, I'm going to move on from this. Why don't we say, I'm going to move forward from this? I'm going to allow this to be a lesson learned and just allow myself to draw back from this pain, from this moment, from this breakup, from this loss, from this depression, whatever it is. And some of you have not overcome yet. You're still overcoming. But that's where it all lies in, the lesson. What do you want me to learn from this? And so I guess one of the main things that I want you to receive from this video is just be careful how you're talking to yourself, how you're affirming things in your life, how you're speaking life into your life. Moving forward versus moving on for me was a pivotal moment in my life, in this last season of my life. Deciding to move forward was life-changing because I knew that the reality of what has happened and what I deal with on a daily is my reality. And I know that it won't always look like that. It has not always looked like that. Those real moments are moments that I will draw back from and be able to speak about and share about. And that won't be the only challenging thing that I'll go through in my life. There will be a lot of challenging moments. But if we live off of the victory, let's say, of our last struggle or situation, we will never be able to grow. And God has called us to grow and to move forward in life, not just existing, but living out loud, living on purpose. Moving forward requires you to draw back from those moments. So one of my future videos that I really want to do is focusing more on a relationship with God. Of course, reading your word is important. Religion and all of that is important, but I think that a lot of us get caught up in the rigidness and in the rules and in the culture and in the religion of it all, and we can't even possibly fathom that God is a real God and that He actually wants a relationship with us and wants to communicate to us as well as us communicate to Him. And so I really look forward to doing those types of videos. If you really are interested in more topical videos, I've already asked Instagram their feedback on some topics. If you guys want to leave any sort of question or topic in the comments below, please feel free. I've gotten lots of requests and I'm really excited because I really want my channel to be a balance of who I am as a young woman in Christ and just show you that a relationship with God doesn't have to look one way. I feel like the kingdom is filled with such colorfulness, and as long as you embrace what your color or hue or whatever your story is, I feel like we can all connect, and I feel like we can all encourage each other to really live this life out and be there for each other. And I know we don't live in a perfect world, but I think that if we can at least be there for each other on this platform, I want to be able to facilitate that. But most importantly, I want God to be able to be the light in all of this. So that's pretty much my topic for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for the love on my last video. I'm pretty much wearing the same look. I'm telling you, I literally wear this look all the time. I feel like the red color kind of adds to it, the red lip. And so I just have fun with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. P.S. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram because I like to do a lot of Instagram lives. So I would not want you to miss that.